How did one normal Tuesday turn into me getting served papers in a gym lobby, with everyone watching? Why did my husband wait, stay calm, and then hit me with legal steps that started the same day? I thought I could control the story, but the result landed in public, and I could not talk my way out of it. My name is Alma Miller. I was 34, and I worked as an HR coordinator at an insurance office. I liked rules at work. I liked being the one who knew the policy. At home, I wanted the opposite. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel chosen. Ethan Mercer was my husband. He was 36. He managed operations at a logistics company. He woke up early. He came home late. He talked in lists. He asked about dinner, bills, school forms, and the car. He said routine kept life calm. I used to like that. Then I started to hate it. I told myself he did not see me anymore. I told myself he only saw tasks. That week, the kitchen felt like a hallway in a hotel. We moved around each other and did not touch. Ethan made coffee and rinsed his mug right away. He placed it on the far side of the counter. Mine sat near the sink, 2 mugs on 2 sides, like they did not know each other. He asked if I could pick up Mia from preschool, because he had a late call. I said I could, but I also said he always planned things without thinking about me. He said he was asking, not ordering. I said it still felt like an order. He looked tired. He did not argue. That made me feel worse, like my anger had nowhere to land. I started going to a gym studio near downtown. It was not a big chain gym. It was a small place, with clean mirrors and bright lights. Blake Carter worked there. He was 29 and had the kind of smile that made you feel like you were doing something right. Blake told me I was consistent. He said most people quit. He said I had discipline. When he said it, I felt heat in my chest, like a light turning on. I did not tell Ethan that part. I told Ethan it was just fitness. I told myself it was more than fitness, but in a good way. I called it my time. Ethan asked why I needed a coach when there were free videos online. I said he did not understand goals. I said he never invested in me. He said he invested in our family. I said that was not the same thing. One morning, Ethan's phone buzzed on the counter. I saw a calendar reminder flash, downtown 10:15 a.m. It disappeared fast. He noticed me looking. He picked up his phone without a word. I told myself it was probably work. Still, I felt a small sting, like he had a life I did not control. I drove to the studio after work. Blake greeted me like I mattered. He asked how my week was going. I said it was stressful. I said I carried everything at home. He said I deserved support. He said I deserved to feel strong. I liked that he used the word deserved. It sounded like a reason. It sounded like permission. After the session, Blake offered a new plan. He said we could add a home routine so I would not lose progress on busy days. I said my house was chaotic. He said we could work around it. He said he could come to me once in a while if I wanted. He said it like it was normal, like it was professional. I told him I would think about it. On the drive, I already knew I would say yes. I wanted someone in my space who saw me first. That night, Ethan asked why I came home late. I said traffic was bad. He asked if I could text next time. I said he was tracking me. He said he was not tracking me. He was just trying to plan bedtime with the kids. I said he could handle bedtime without me if he was so capable. He did not answer. He went upstairs and helped Noah with homework. I felt ignored. Then I felt angry at being ignored. I told myself he made me feel small. I told myself I had to do something about it. The next day, I met my friends at a coffee shop patio near my office. Tara Nguyen was there, with her phone already in her hand. Jade Hollis came too, even though she said she had a deadline. The patio was loud and warm, and people were always coming and going, like nobody could hold you down. Tara asked how married life was. I said it was like living with a manager. I said Ethan treated me like a coworker. Tara laughed and said I should get a new manager. Jade asked if Ethan was really that bad. I said he used silence as a weapon. I said he made me feel guilty for wanting anything. Jade said Ethan always seemed polite at the holiday party. I said polite could be fake. I said polite could be control. Tara nodded hard, like she wanted to believe it for me. I liked that. I liked having a team. Tara asked about the gym. I said I had a coach who pushed me. I said it felt good to be seen. Tara raised her eyebrows and asked if the coach was cute. I said it did not matter. Then I smiled. Tara smiled back. Jade looked down at her drink. I went home with that smile still on my face. Ethan was in the living room with Mia on his lap. Noah was building something on the floor. The TV was off. It looked peaceful. I should have been grateful. Instead, I felt like I was outside a glass wall. Ethan asked how my day was. I said it was fine. He asked if I could help with bath time. I said he already started it, so why did he need me now? He said he did not need me. He just wanted us to do things together. I told him together felt like pressure. He asked why I was so tense. I said he had been distant for months. He said he did not know what I meant. I said he never flirted anymore. He said he was tired and stressed. I said that was an excuse. He asked if I wanted to talk after the kids slept. I said talking never changed anything. He said he still wanted to try. I said trying was not the same as doing. He looked at me for a long second, then he nodded like he was accepting a decision. Later, I heard him in the upstairs hallway. A drawer clicked shut. Then another click, like a lock. I told myself he was being dramatic. I told myself he was hiding something from me. I did not go check, because I did not want him to catch me. I also did not want to know, not really. That night, I lay in bed and scrolled my phone. I opened Blake's chat. I stared at the empty message box. I told myself I was not doing anything wrong. I told myself Ethan pushed me away first. I told myself a wife could not be blamed for needing care. I typed that I was busy this week and asked if he could do one session near my place. I added a smiley face. My heart beat fast, like I was doing something brave. Then I deleted the smiley face and sent it anyway. A minute later, his reply appeared. He said he could make time. He said we could do a private session that fit my schedule. He asked what day Ethan was usually at work. I stared at that question. I felt a sharp thrill, like stepping over a line and still standing. I wrote back that Ethan had a long shift on Tuesday. Then I turned my phone face down, as if that could make it clean. The next morning at work, I felt lighter, like I had a secret that proved I still had power. My office was bright and busy. Phones rang. People walked fast with coffee cups. I liked that nobody here knew me as a wife. Here, I was Alma from HR, and that felt safer. Jade sat near me. She asked if I was okay because I looked wired. I said I was starting a new routine and it felt good. She asked if Ethan supported it. I said he acted supportive, but he always found a way to question me. I said he liked control. Jade said Ethan never seemed controlling. I told her controlling people often looked calm in public. I opened my email and tried to focus, but my mind kept jumping. I checked my phone too much. When Blake sent a short message, I read it 3 times. He said Tuesday worked for him. He asked what time Ethan left the house. My stomach flipped. I told myself he was only planning a workout. I told myself timing was normal. At lunch, Tara called me and said she wanted drinks after work. She said we needed a reset. I knew what that meant. It meant she wanted a story. Tara loved stories that made her feel like life was a show. After work, I drove to a rooftop bar downtown. The city looked clean from up there, like nothing bad could happen. Tara already had a table and a ring light. She said the sunset was perfect. She asked if I wanted photos for my glow-up. I said yes, because I liked being the kind of woman who got photos taken. Tara told me to angle my face and relax my shoulders. She said I looked like I was finally waking up. I believed her. I wanted to believe her. Jade came too, but she looked unsure. She asked if this was a good idea if things were tense at home. I said tension was Ethan's problem, not mine. Tara said I should not let any man dim me. Jade said it was not about dimming, it was about peace. I said peace was another word people use to trap women. Tara ordered cocktails and started filming little clips. She asked what marriage taught me. I said marriage taught me that men got comfortable. I said men took women for granted. I said I was done being invisible. Tara nodded hard and said she loved that. Jade asked if Ethan knew I was here. I said I did not need permission. Jade said it was not permission, it was basic respect. I said Ethan had not respected me in months. I said respect followed results, and I had results. Tara posted a short video of us clinking glasses. She added a caption about choosing yourself. I watched her tap the screen and smiled when the likes started coming in. I did not notice she tagged Ethan until after it went live. His name sat there like a stain. I told Tara she should remove the tag. Tara said it was fine and people would not care. She said it might even teach him a lesson. I said I did not want drama, but I did not tell her to delete it either. Part of me wanted him to see it. Part of me wanted him to feel a little scared of losing me. While we were still at the bar, a comment popped up from a man I did not recognize at first. It was Ethan's manager. He left a single surprised emoji. My face went hot. Tara laughed and said it was perfect. Jade went quiet and asked if Ethan could get in trouble because of it. I said Ethan would not get in trouble. I said Ethan was good at playing the victim. When I got home, Ethan was in the living room folding small clothes. The kids were in their rooms. The house smelled like soap. He looked up and asked where I was. I said I met friends after work. He asked why I did not text. I said I forgot. He said my forgetting felt like I did not care. I said he was making a big deal out of nothing. He asked if we could talk about the rooftop post. I said it was just a photo. He asked why he was tagged. I said Tara probably did it by mistake. He asked why his manager was seeing it. I said he should ask his manager why he was stalking my page. Ethan said nobody was stalking. It was public. He asked if I was unhappy. I said I was tired of being questioned. He said he was not trying to question me. He was trying to understand. I said understanding was not his strength. I said he only understood schedules and bills. He asked if there was someone else. My throat tightened, but I kept my face calm. I said he was being paranoid. I said his jealousy was the real problem. He said he was not jealous, he was scared. I told him he was scared because he knew he had not been a good husband. Ethan stood up and walked to the kitchen. He opened the counter drawer and took out the smart home tablet. He tapped the screen and showed me a list of doorbell notices. He asked why there were daytime alerts when I told him I was at the office. I said deliveries happened. I said maybe a neighbor walked by. He asked why the alert had a person's shape, not just motion. I said technology made mistakes. He asked if Blake had been here. I said, Blake dropped off a resistance band set because I paid for a program. I said it was normal for a coach. Ethan asked why he would enter the house for that. I said he did not enter. I said he just handed it to me at the door. Ethan did not raise his voice. He just watched me like he was looking for a crack. I felt that look and hated it. I told him he was acting like a detective. He said he was acting like a husband who did not feel safe. I said he was dramatic. I said he wanted me small again. I said he could not handle me improving. Ethan asked if I could stop posting about marriage online. He said it made him look bad at work. I said he cared more about his image than my feelings. He said his image affected our income and our kids. I said he always hid behind money. He walked upstairs without another word. A few minutes later, I heard him move things in the guest room. He pulled out clean sheets. He asked me if I wanted the bed or if he should take it. I said he was doing it to punish me. He said he was doing it to sleep. I said he was trying to guilt me. He said he was not trying anything. He was just setting a boundary. I lay in our bed alone and stared at the ceiling. I told myself he was trying to scare me. I told myself he would come back if I stayed firm. I told myself men always came back when they felt the loss. Later, I heard a low sound through the wall, like a machine working. It was a soft shredder hum. Then it stopped. Then it started again. I pictured him destroying things just to make a point. I told myself he was petty. My phone buzzed. Blake wrote again and asked what time Tuesday worked best. He said mornings were open. He said he could be discreet. I stared at that word, discreet, and my heart beat faster. I typed that late morning was fine. Then I added that Ethan would be at work. When I pressed send, I told myself it was still just fitness. I told myself a woman was allowed to have a life. I told myself Ethan created this distance, and I was only filling it. Tuesday morning felt like a clean page. Ethan left early, like he always did. He packed his lunch, checked his phone, and kissed Mia's head while she ate cereal. He asked if I could sign Noah's school form later. I said yes. He asked if we could talk tonight, calm. I said we would see. When he walked out, the house stayed quiet for a moment. I watched his car pull away through the front window. I told myself I was not doing anything wrong. I told myself I was fixing a problem he refused to see. I said in my head that a marriage should not feel like a waiting room. Blake had said late morning was best. He said he had a client after, so he needed to keep it tight. He asked if I wanted him to park around the corner. I said that was not needed. I said I was not a teenager hiding. I said this was my house too. Still, I cleaned like someone was coming to inspect me. I wiped the kitchen counter twice. I moved shoes away from the entry. I opened a window, even though it was cold. I told myself it was normal. I told myself I liked a fresh space for training. At 10:07, my phone buzzed. Blake said he was close. I felt a rush behind my ribs. I stared at the living room and saw how normal it looked. Toys in a basket, a blanket on the couch, a family photo on the shelf. I looked at the photo and told myself photos lied. I heard the doorbell chime. The smart doorbell always made that soft sound. I knew it recorded. I knew it stored clips. I still moved fast, like I could outrun the camera. I opened the door. Blake stood there with a small gym bag and a smile that felt too easy. He said hello and stepped inside like he belonged. He asked if Ethan was gone. I said yes, he was at work. He asked if I was sure. I said I knew my husband's schedule. He asked where we should set up. I said the living room was fine. He looked around and said it was a nice house. I said Ethan cared more about the mortgage than about me. Blake laughed in a way that made it feel like a joke, not a warning. I told myself it was just a session. I told myself it was my time. I told myself Ethan chose work over me 1,000 times, so I could choose myself once. We moved furniture a little. Blake said I had good energy. He said I looked strong. He said my husband must be proud. I said my husband barely noticed. I said Ethan only noticed when something cost money. Blake asked why I stayed with someone who made me feel unseen. I said it was complicated. I said kids made things complicated. He said kids deserved a happy mom. I said yes, like that sentence explained everything. I will not describe what happened next in detail. I will only say I crossed a line in my own home. I did it while Ethan was at work. I did it while my children's drawings were on the fridge. I did it while I still wore my wedding ring. I remember the weird normal sounds around it, the fridge humming, a car passing outside, a neighbor's dog barking once. Life acting like nothing changed, even though everything did. When Blake finally left, he stood by the door and fixed his jacket. He asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. He asked if I felt guilty. I said guilt was a tool people use to control women. He smiled, but it looked less confident now. He said we should keep things quiet. I said of course. After he left, I locked the door fast. My hands shook for a second. Then I forced them to stop. I went straight to cleaning, like cleaning could turn time backward. I opened windows wider. I sprayed air freshener. I wiped the coffee table even though we did not touch it. I took a throw pillow and fluffed it like it had been insulted. I put Blake's water bottle in the trash and pushed it down deep. I told myself this was responsibility. I told myself I was managing risk. My phone showed a doorbell notification thumbnail. I did not open it. I did not want to see myself being the person I just became. I told myself it was fine because nobody would check it. Ethan was not that type, I said. Ethan did not dig. Ethan avoided conflict. That was my belief, and I held it tight. At 11:02, a delivery driver knocked. He held a small box and a scanner. He asked me to sign. My heart jumped like he knew. I signed too quickly, and my signature looked messy. He asked if I was okay. I said I was fine and just busy. He left, and I stood there listening to my own breathing. I drove to the supermarket to buy things we did not need. I picked up extra fruit, new dish soap, a pack of paper towels. I wanted receipts that showed I was normal. I wanted a timeline that looked clean. At the checkout, I saw Tara. She was buying energy drinks and protein bars. She smiled like she already knew something. She asked if Tuesday went well. I said the session was intense. She asked if I felt powerful. I said yes. She said good and told me I deserved fun. A woman behind us glanced at my cart, then at my face, like she was curious. I wondered if she had seen Blake's car. I wondered if the neighborhood saw everything. After lunch, I picked up Mia and took both kids to the playground. Noah ran to the swings. Mia waddled toward the slide. I sat on a bench and watched them, trying to look like the kind of mother who never made mistakes. Noah came back and asked why the gym man was at the house. My throat tightened so hard it hurt. I asked what he meant. He said he saw a man at the door when he came home early from school yesterday because the teacher had a meeting. I realized Ethan must not have told me that. I realized my schedule control was not real. I told Noah he was confused. I said the gym man only helped me with exercises. I asked why he was watching the door anyway. He shrugged and said he liked to know who came. I said he should not worry about adult stuff. Then I offered him a snack to end the talk. Mia said Blake's name like it was a song. I laughed too loud and said it was just my coach. A mother nearby looked over. I smiled at her like nothing was wrong. That evening, Ethan came home and went straight to the kitchen sink, washing his hands like the day was heavy on him. He asked if the kids ate. I said yes. He asked how my day was. I said I worked out and did errands. He looked at the counter and paused, like he noticed a detail I could not see. He asked why the house smelled like a strong spray. I said I cleaned because the kids made a mess. He asked if anyone came by. I said no. I said only deliveries. He nodded once, slow. Later, I walked past the guest room and saw his laptop open on the bed. A plain spreadsheet filled the screen, just rows and columns. I could not see the title. I could see dates. I could see times. My stomach turned cold. Ethan stepped in behind me. He did not shout. He simply closed the laptop and asked what I needed. I said nothing. I said I was just looking for a charger. He said okay, then turned the key in the guest room drawer. The lock clicked, calm and final. The weekend came fast, and I told myself I needed a public reset. I said to myself that if people saw Ethan as the problem, then my choices would look smaller. I knew it was not kind, but I also felt like kindness never protected me. I wanted protection, even if it was made of lies. Tara suggested a family dinner at a restaurant with a long table. She said it would be good energy and real life, not just posts. I agreed because I liked the idea of witnesses. I liked the idea that Ethan could not control the room. I also liked the idea that if he stayed quiet, he would look guilty. Ethan asked why we needed a big dinner. I said families ate together and it was normal. He asked if Tara was coming. I said yes because she was my friend. He said he wanted it to be just family. I said he did not get to cut me off from my friends. We arrived early. The restaurant had warm lights and a long wooden table set for 10. My mum Janet was already there. She hugged me tight and asked if I was okay. I said I was tired but strong. She said Ethan never deserved me, not fully. I let her say it. Diane, Ethan's mother, came in with Robert. They looked calm, but their faces were tight. Caleb came too. Erin showed up late, looking like she wished she was somewhere else. Ethan walked in last, holding Noah's hand, with Mia half asleep against his shoulder. He looked like a man who had done a long shift and still had to perform. Tara slid into a seat near me and set her phone on the table like it was another guest. She said she wanted a group photo. Ethan asked if we could just eat first. Tara said she was just capturing memories. I told Ethan not to be difficult. He pressed his lips together and said nothing. Dinner started fine. People talked about school and work. Noah showed Diane a drawing. Mia played with a napkin. For a moment, it felt like we were normal. Then, Tara turned the conversation the way she always did, with a laugh and a pointed question. She asked Ethan if he was still too busy to notice his wife. Ethan looked at her and asked what she meant. Tara said she meant I had been carrying everything. Janet jumped in and said Ethan always seemed cold. She said a woman needed affection, not a roommate. Ethan said he worked hard for the family. He said he did not understand why this was happening at dinner. I said he was making it about himself. I said he always made my feelings sound like an attack. Caleb asked if we could not do this in front of the kids. I said the kids already felt the tension because Ethan refused to talk. Ethan asked what I wanted from him. I said I wanted him to stop acting like my life was a schedule. I said I wanted him to stop questioning where I went. He asked if it was wrong to want basic information. I said it was wrong to treat me like a suspect. Janet said Ethan had control issues. Robert told Janet to slow down. Janet said she was just telling the truth. Diane said quietly that she did not like this conversation with Noah listening. I said Diane always tried to protect Ethan, like he was a child. Tara laughed and said Ethan should loosen up. She said a man who was secure would not worry about his wife having friends. She said a man who was secure would be proud of my glow up. I watched Ethan's face, waiting for him to snap. He did not snap. He asked Tara why she was talking about our marriage like it was content. Tara said she was supporting me. Ethan said support should not mean humiliation. I said he was too sensitive. I said he cared more about his image than my needs. Ethan stood up like he might leave. I felt a rush of victory. If he left, everyone would see him as unstable. I said he always walked away instead of fixing things. He said he was not walking away, he was stepping out so the kids would not hear adults fight. I said that was a fake excuse. People at nearby tables looked over. I could feel eyes on us. That made my voice stronger. I said Ethan loved to look calm in public, so nobody believed me. Ethan looked down at Noah and asked if he wanted to go wash his hands. Noah nodded fast. Ethan took him gently, and Mia followed. Diane went with them. When they were gone, Janet leaned toward me and said Ethan was trying to make me look crazy. Erin whispered that this was getting ugly. I told Erin she was being weak. Tara said I should post a quote about surviving emotional coldness. I said maybe I would. Ethan returned with the kids. He sat down and asked if we could finish dinner in peace. I said peace was easy for the person who caused the damage. Caleb said we should stop. Robert said we needed to calm down and talk privately. I said privately was where Ethan hid. Ethan paid the bill without a word. He did it like a machine. That should have made me feel cared for. It made me feel threatened. I wanted him to beg, to fight, to plead. Instead, he gathered the kids' jackets and said we were leaving. In the car, he asked why I let Tara talk to him like that. I said Tara was just honest. He asked if I wanted a divorce. I said he always jumped to extremes. He asked if there was someone else. I said he was obsessed with that idea, and it proved he did not trust me. He asked what he had done to lose trust. I said he lost it by neglecting me. Monday at work, I walked in like nothing happened. I liked being in an office where people smiled and used polite voices. It felt like a stage. Jade asked how the dinner went. I said it was hard because Ethan turned everything into a fight. Jade asked if I was safe. I said I was safe, just tired. I watched Jade's eyes, and I could tell she was unsure. Later, Jade asked me to step into the small HR meeting room. She said a manager had questions because Ethan's manager had seen the rooftop post and heard rumors. She said my personal drama was crossing into work. I said it was unfair. I said a woman could not even live without being judged. Jade said she was not judging, she was warning. I said Ethan was trying to damage me. I said he was probably telling people I was unstable. Jade asked if Ethan had contacted anyone here. I said I did not know. Then I felt my own lie land in my mouth like a stone. That evening at home, the quiet felt thicker. Noah asked why Dad left the table. I said Dad did not like being told the truth. Noah asked if Dad was mad at him. I said no, Dad was just dramatic. Noah said Dad did not look dramatic, he looked sad. I told Noah sad was a way adults tried to control kids. As I said it, I knew it was wrong, but I said it anyway. Later, I walked past the printer and saw a single blank page sitting in the tray, like it had just been pushed out. The house smelled faintly like toner. Ethan was in the guest room with the door mostly closed. I heard his phone buzz once, then stop. I saw a message preview on his screen when he passed the hallway, just 2 words at the top. Follow up. I told myself it was work. I told myself it was nothing, but my stomach stayed tight, and I kept listening to the quiet like it was hiding teeth. By Thursday, I could feel the house splitting into zones. Ethan stayed on the guest room side, like it was his office now. I stayed in the main bedroom, like it was my proof that I still belonged. We passed each other in the hallway with careful shoulders, like strangers in a narrow aisle. At the school pickup line, I saw the change first. Parents smiled at me, but the smiles did not reach their eyes. One mother I used to chat with looked away and pretended to fix her bag. I told myself it was because I looked better now. I told myself it was envy. I did not let myself think it could be something else. Noah climbed into the back seat and asked why Dad did not come anymore. I said Dad was busy. Noah said Dad was always busy, but he still used to come sometimes. I said Dad was stressed and made bad choices when he was stressed. Noah asked what choices. I said adult choices. I said kids did not need to worry. He went quiet in a way that felt older than 8. When we got home, Ethan's car was already in the driveway, pointed toward the street like he might leave fast. That made me angry, as if even the car was rejecting me. Inside, the kitchen was clean, too clean. His mug sat on the counter, alone, and mine was in the sink. 2 mugs again, 2 sides again. Ethan asked if I could confirm Mia's dentist appointment time. I said I already told him last week. He said he just wanted to double-check. I said he was acting like my manager again. He said he was acting like a parent. I said he only remembered parenting when he wanted to control me. He did not answer. He opened the fridge, looked inside, then closed it like he forgot why he opened it. I tried to pull him into a fight because silence made me feel powerless. I asked why he slept in the guest room like I was some kind of threat. He said he needed space. I said space was just a punishment with a nicer name. He asked if we could keep the talk focused on the kids. I said he used the kids as a shield. That night, I called Blake. He did not pick up. I called again. He texted back and said he was busy with clients. He added a short line about keeping things simple. I asked what that meant. He said it meant not making drama. I stared at my phone, feeling stupid and used. Then I told myself he was just being careful because Ethan was unstable. That was the story I chose, because it kept me from feeling shame. Erin came over the next day after work. She stood in my kitchen and looked around like she could sense the tension in the walls. She asked if Ethan was home. I said he was in the guest room, probably making another spreadsheet like a weirdo. Erin asked why I sounded proud and scared at the same time. I told her Ethan was turning cold. I said he was trying to scare me with silence. Erin asked if I had done something that made him stop trusting me. I said, trust was not a one-way street. I said Ethan broke trust first by neglecting me. Erin said neglect was not the same as betrayal. I told her she sounded like a therapist on the internet. Erin said she sounded like a sister who did not want me to burn my life down. Janet called while Erin was still there. I put her on speaker because I wanted backup. Janet asked how I was holding up. I said Ethan was acting strange and distant. Janet said men got like that when they felt their control slipping. Erin rolled her eyes. Janet asked why Erin was there. I said Erin came to judge me. Erin said she came to tell me to stop making Ethan the villain if I was the one crossing lines. Janet's voice got sharp. Janet said Erin always tried to be the good girl. Erin said being a good girl was not the point, but being honest was. I felt heat rise in my face. I told Erin she did not understand what it was like to be trapped. Erin asked trapped by what exactly? I said trapped by a life that was not mine. Erin looked at the kids' drawings on the fridge and said that life was mine, whether I respected it or not. After Erin left, I checked the joint account app. I did it like a reflex, like touching a sore tooth with your tongue. A new alert sat at the top. Transfer limits had changed. A few categories showed restricted. It did not say much, just that some actions needed extra verification now. My chest went tight. I marched to the guest room door and knocked once, hard. Ethan opened it halfway. He looked calm, like he had been expecting me. I asked why the bank stuff changed. He said he set safeguards. I asked why he needed safeguards from me. He said he needed safeguards for the family. I said that was the same thing as saying I was dangerous. He said he was not calling me dangerous. He said he was calling the situation unstable. I told him he was trying to trap me financially. He asked if I wanted to review our budget together and plan separate spending. I said separate spending meant separation. He said we were already separated in how we lived. I said he chose that. He said he chose boundaries. I pushed harder because I needed him loud. I said maybe I should just be with someone who appreciated me. He asked who. I said I did not have to answer. He said I did not have to answer, but the truth still existed. I said he was paranoid. He said he was practical. He stepped back into the guest room, and I saw something on his desk. Not papers I could read, but a neat stack of folders with simple labels: utilities, bank, household. A USB sat taped under a taxes folder, like someone trying to keep it from moving. I saw a sticky note that said, "Bring forms." I also saw a contact on his phone saved as a single emoji. He noticed my eyes and turned his screen away. I said he was acting like a lawyer. He said he was acting like an adult. I said he was making a case against me. He said he was gathering clarity. Later, I heard a soft beep from the guest room, like a recording app starting or stopping. It was quick, almost polite. I told myself he was recording me to make me look crazy. Then I told myself he had no right to do that. Then I remembered I had let Blake into the house and I felt my thoughts scramble. I hated that Ethan could make me feel unsure without saying much. That weekend, Diane texted Ethan about taking the kids to the park. I saw the message pop up on the family tablet. I told Ethan his mother was trying to steal time with them to turn them against me. He said Diane was just being a grandmother. I said she was building a case. He looked at me for a long moment, then said he would not argue in front of the kids. At dinner, Noah asked if we could all sit together like before. Ethan said yes, but only for the kids, and only if we kept it calm. I said he was performing. He said he was parenting. Mia asked why Dad's pillow was not in the big room. Ethan said he slept better in the other room right now. I said he slept there to punish me. Ethan said punishment was not his goal. I tried one more time to crack him. I said if he kept acting like this, people would think he was cold and cruel. He asked who people were. I said everyone. He asked if my friends were still posting about our marriage. I said they cared about me. He said caring did not mean humiliating him. Then, very calmly, he told me he was done fighting in circles. He said he would keep things respectful and focused on the kids. He said if I wanted to talk, it would be in a calm way. I laughed and said he sounded like a script. Ethan picked up his phone. A simple alarm banner appeared for a second on the screen. Paper drop 8:40 a.m. He did not hide it. He did not explain it either. He looked at me with a flat, tired steadiness and said he would handle it properly. In the gym lobby, a neutral woman walked up and handed me an envelope. She said I had been served. I said she had the wrong person. I read the top page and my hands went cold. It said divorce filed, and temporary orders started today. Ethan got exclusive use of the home. I had to leave by evening. A parenting schedule listed exact pickup times, and it banned unrelated adults around the kids. The bank limits were confirmed in writing. I called